Fishing Family. So my father-in-law gave me a ton of plastic worms, and since I don't really bass fish, I was wondering to myself how else I could use them. Well, I was watching a fellow YouTuber, and he was showing how you can take jigs and make modifications to them to fit your needs. I don't have permission to use his name, but if he reaches out, I'll give him and his channel a shout out. So what I decided to do was make modifications to one of these worms, and then I'm gonna video myself using it and show you the results. Does it really work? But first I have to make the modification, and this is how you do it. Alright, so here's some of the items that you will need. You'll need some scissors. You'll need some waterproof glue. I have some 4-pound line. My worm, of course. And then I have some crazy legs. Now you can pick up these crazy legs at any store that sells lure making products. Most of them will have crazy legs. If not, maybe you have some old lures around the house that have them. Okay, so this is what you want to do. I like to take my worm and cut it into anywhere from 1 inch to 1.5 inch piece. So we'll look at this, and I'll just eyeball it. I'm gonna give me about anywhere from 1 inch to 1.5 inches. Right, once I got that cut, I'll set it to the side, and now I'll decide what my arrangement, my color arrangement will be for this particular piece. So I'm gonna take some of this black and white, take some of this red and white, I'll take a little bit of this red and black, and then I'll take the green and red. Those seem like a good mix of colors. Now these crazy legs are longer than what you'll need, so what you want to do is put them together. Kind of hard to pick up, but do the best you can. You'll line them up as close as you possibly can to one another. It doesn't matter if they're all the same size. It actually looks better if they're slightly different sizes to these legs. But once you get it together, what you want to do is fold them over, take your scissors and just cut them in half, just like that. Now what that does is take your 4 strands of crazy legs and turns them into 8. Alright, now you set that to the side, and you want to get your heavy duty sewing needle and the 4-pound or the 4-pound line, and you're gonna take about six inches of line. Once you got that 6 inches of line, you want to double it over and either put your loop or both of the leg ends through the eye of the needle. I went ahead and done that so you wouldn't have to waste time watching me fumble to get that done. But once you have it through the eye, you kind of want to double it over like so, where the needle is hanging on through that loop. Then you take your piece that you want to use and you'll run the needle right through the middle being careful not to stick yourself. You want to run that needle right through the middle of your plastic piece, and hopefully it'll come out right in the center of your plastic piece, like so. I hope you can see that okay. So you'll run that needle all the way through, and what you want to do is eventually you're going to have the loop on one end, and then you're going to have your legs from that line on the other. So be careful as you pulling it through. If you see that you're losing your loop, just pull it back a little bit and then continue to pull the legs through. Have to work it a little bit. Hold on to that loop, and so in the end you'll have your two leg pieces, and you'll have your loop through the plastic. So now you'll take those legs that you cut, take a minute, take those legs that you cut, and you want to put the ends together again. Trying to remember to show you in the camera. And then you'll run it through, you'll run these legs through the loop. Kind of get them in the middle, and as you do, just cinch down the line on your legs. That way they don't move. They kind of stay in place. And if you do it right, this is what it's going to look like. Looks like this right here. So when you get ready, the object is to pull these crazy legs into this plastic body. But before you do that, you want to take a little bit of your glue and just dab a little bit, not much, doesn't take much. Dab a little bit right there, right in the middle of your legs. And now that you've done that, you can go ahead and pull your legs into the jig. Okay? You don't have to go very far either, because remember, you're going to run your hook through this body. So you want to leave a little room so that the hook won't really interfere with the legs and tear your jig all up. Okay, so I think that's good right there. So next, you'll just take that line when you're done and you got it about where you want it. You'll take that line, take one end, and just pull it on through. See, yeah. Just like that. And what you're left with is your jig. Okay, so after you let it dry, preferably, I would say at least 24 hours. Give that glue time to set. Then you just take your jig head, and run it through. And that's what you get on the end product. And I think that's a nice looking jig right there. I actually do. But I wonder if this works. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go out and take several of these jigs that I made, and I'm gonna put them to the test and let you know if these catch fish. So stay tuned. I appreciate you watching. Thank you for your support. I hope you continue to have a blessed day, a blessed week, a blessed year, and we'll see you next time on Fishing Fiend TV.